Okay, so before I put any foundation or concealer on or any type of makeup on, I make sure to moisturize my face. So my face is fully moisturized right now. And usually the last thing I like to do is put an oil because it just helps my makeup stay a little bit longer and keep my face really moisturized because I'm very dry in some areas. So I've been testing out this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. This is one of their newest items. I'm in love with their primer water. This is amazing. So I'm trying out the primer oil. It is quite an expensive product. It's about $47, I think. So I'm still giving this a try and I will let you guys know if I like it or not. So I usually just kind of shake it up and I untwist it. I usually use my Jersey Maran Argan Oil, but since I've been trying this, I haven't been using that. So I just take like 2 squirts of the oil and I rub it up between my hands and then I just pat it on my face. I make sure to concentrate the product around mouth, nose, and chin area because that is where I get dry the most. And then whatever is left over, I will just put it on my forehead. So now I'm going to prime my face. I am someone who does use quite a lot of primers to apply on my face. I use a lot, but I try to use just a little bit of each. Like I don't take a whole bunch of product from each primer. I just do that because it works best for my face and for how long my makeup lasts. And they do like kind of target different areas, I guess. So the first one I'm going to be using is my Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Soothing Primer. This one is I just put it around my cheeks, nose, my chin, my upper lip, and then a little bit on my forehead, just to target the areas where I have more pores, more visible pores. My nose has a lot of pores and you can really tell sometimes. So I just like to cover it and not make it as noticeable. So that is all of the primer, the soothing primer that I use, and now I'm just blend it out. And then for the next primer I use my Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. And this is, it says the primer, but I feel like it doesn't really make my makeup last longer or anything. This is just an extra step that I like to take. This is a primer that is more moisturizing than like making your makeup last, I feel like. I just like it because it gives my face a little bit more moisture, but I don't use a whole lot. So a little bit goes a long way with this primer. I'm just taking 1 or like half of a pump and I just apply it all over my face. And then I've been trying out a new primer lately that Nikki Tutorial always talks about. This is the only primer, this is the last primer I'll be using. I usually will use this Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector, which is a primer, and this is great for oily skin. I really like this, but today I don't think I'm going to be using it because I want to use the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. And you're going to be like, why would you be using a post shave balm as a primer? The second ingredient listed in this product is glycerin, and glycerin is going to make the makeup attach much longer and stay on much longer. So I've been trying this out and I really like it, and it smells really good. So I just kind of shake it up a little. And I pour just a little bit on my hand, the back, like this much, you can see. And I just rub it against my hand. I kind of just rub it until it gets tight. So now that priming my face is done, I'm going to move on to foundation. So recently I've been reusing and re-loving my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. This is the foundation. I love this foundation. I recently just rediscovered it in my like makeup collection, so I've been using it like crazy. But if I'm not using this, I will be using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick. Actually, my roommate Allison recommended this to me because we do have the same skin type, oily skin. So she told me that this is really good for oily skin. And I heard other makeup gurus who do have oily skin rave about this product, so I decided to try it. This foundation has great coverage. It's really easy, and it's like really easy for on the go as well because it's in a stick form and it blends out beautifully and it just lasts all day. If I need extra coverage, I will go in with this sometimes, but this foundation has a lot of coverage already. So sometimes if I have like extra redness around it, I will just apply the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation on top of this, but today I don't think I will need to. So I'm just shaking this up, and then I'm going to use my hand and just like shake it and then get more product. So I just like to dab the product. So I just like to dab the foundation onto my face, and then I blend it out with a beauty blender. I just like using my beauty blender for foundations and concealers because I feel like I don't get the streakiness. I used to use foundation, like flat top foundation brushes, and I used to love them before I discovered the Beauty Blender. But ever since I started using the Beauty Blender, I just think that my foundation looks really streaky with foundation brushes, so sometimes I even have to go in with my Beauty Blender. So my Beauty Blender is my go-to product. So now I'm just gonna blend it in. And if I need to, I will just go in with more product. I would just pour it to my Beauty Blender and just put more product into the places that I would need it. Usually it's just my chin, upper lip, the sides of my nose, and any leftover product I will just apply onto my chin, onto my cheeks. I know it looks kind of really yellow, but I match the foundation to my neck and it is just the right color. I don't know why I look so orangey yellow, but I promise in person I don't look like that. So something new that I've been added into my foundation routine lately is my Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in Morning Light. I like to apply on the top of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, just to like kind of luminize my face a little bit more. I don't mix it in with my foundation, so it comes like this, and I just take my finger and I just apply the product onto my cheekbones. And just a little bit on my nose. And then I just blend it in with my Beauty Blender, just so I can add more of a luminous feel. Do you see that? This product is really pretty. And then on my nose. It just gave me that little extra glow, and it's so pretty. I really like this product. So after that, I will be going with concealer. I usually try not to put foundation or apply foundation under my eyes because I do use quite a lot of concealer. That is what I like to do. Obviously, if you don't like putting or using that much makeup on yourself, you won't have to. This is just what works for me. So this is like my holy grail product. If you have watched my other Get Ready With Me videos in the past, you'll know that I always, like almost always, will be using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This literally is the best drugstore concealer I've ever tried, and I love it, and I always have to have backup of this. And this is in the color Light Pale. So I like to apply this concealer kind of like as a base, I would say. So I just apply it. I kind of apply a lot of it. I don't twist it up because there is a lot of product in the sponge anyways. So this is kind of the leftover product from when I used it last. And then I got 2 new concealers lately, so this kind of is like a new foundation routine with new products that I'm trying out. So I am using my Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer from Sephora. I think this color is in Custard, I think. There is no sticker on the bottom, so I don't know. But I've been really liking this concealer. It is the same color, I think, as the NARS Custard Concealer, which I really like the NARS Creamy Concealer as well. So I just apply a little bit of it. I usually would use my concealer like a duo. I would say the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind and my Urban Decay like coverage concealer, or I forget what it's called, but those are my dynamic duos. I would usually be using that, but since I'm trying out new concealers, I'm not using it today. Also, I like to use this concealer kind of as like a highlighter. I use it on my forehead and my chin, kind of just to highlight it. And then I've been loving this concealer lately. It's a new concealer from Makeup Forever. It's the Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer, and this is in Y23. I think this might be one of the lightest colors they have, maybe like the 3rd or 2nd lightest color. I'm not sure, but this is how it looks like. And it's just a new concealer, and you just squirt it out into the little white top thing. And I'm just going to take a little bit and apply it where my under eye circles are the darkest so it can brighten it up. So like I said, this is what works for me. You don't have to do this, obviously, if you don't like wearing too much makeup. But now I'm going to just blend everything out. Okay, so the reason why I think I look so orange is because I put in a new background. As you can see, it's blue. Usually it's like dark purple burgundy, but I decided to change it up because it is my first video of the new year, so I decided to go with blue. So I think that's why it's making my camera color look so weird and off, because usually that's not the case with me looking orange, I feel like. But I'm just trying to let you know so you don't think I look a Oompa Loompa. So to set my concealer and everything, I usually like to do the baking method with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, so that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to make sure that there are no creases under my eyes. So I'm just going to grab them. So I'm back and I'm done with my eyebrows, so now I'm going to take a brush. I usually take my Sigma tapered highlighter brush, F35, and I just wipe off any excess of the powder. And this just lets my concealer from not creasing and staying on for a longer time. I do have a problem with the concealer creasing, so letting it set for a while I do my eyebrows is the perfect time to let the powder sink in and help my concealer stay on longer. After that, I like to set the rest of my face, so I like using my MAC Light Plus Mineralized Skin Finish. Looks like this, and I'm using my Real Techniques like powder 103 brush. It's like an angled powder brush. So first, I like to prime my eyelids because I am one of those people that has super duper oily eyelids. So I use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Palettes or eyeshadow I'm going to be using today are from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes. These two palettes are my go-to palettes when I'm doing a very natural look, an everyday look, something that I can do very quickly. I go to these palettes. These are my favorite palettes, and they both have a bone colored or a cream colored shadow. I'm using this one right here. It is called Coconut Cream, and I'm going to be taking my MAC 252 Special Edition brush. I always use this brush, and just to set my shadow base. And I love how it smells like chocolate. It's great. And then after setting my eyeshadow base, I like going into this pinky brown shade. It's called Nougat. As you can see, this is my favorite transition shade because I hit pan on it. It's one of my favorites. I like throwing in like a really light pink mauvey color into my crease as a transition shade. So I'm going to take that with my Morphe M502 and go into the crease. And then I'm going to be going in with my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm going to be taking Salted Caramel. Oops, sorry, I have to keep this here or else I won't know the name of the shadows. I'm going to be taking Salted Caramel, which is this color right here, and using the same brush and just throwing that into my crease just to make it a little bit warmer. This is like an orangey brown color. And to darken it even up more, I'm going to be taking Oh no, I just stuck my finger into that color. I'm going to be taking Milk Chocolate, which is right here, just a very like cool tone brown kind of. The same brush, just taking a little bit of it and building it up. And then for my lid, I'm going to be going in with the Milk Chocolate Bar palette again. I'm going to be taking Marzipan right here, and then Creme Brulee. Okay, sorry. Marzipan, which is this light shimmery champagne color, and then Creme Brulee, which is like a goldy brown color. And I'm going to apply all of the lids. And that is what I'm going to use for my lid color. I feel like that is the perfect like lid shadow. This is like one of my go-to looks. I'm telling you, like this is like the classic Helen look. Like this is what I always used to do. I'm like kind of branching out to do like darker and like using color kind of because I just love my neutrals. And I look so orange. I'm so concerned for my video. So I'm just going to apply that onto my lid. So I'm going to spit some of my Smashbox primer water and just catch it and make my gold creme brulee color kind of stand out more. Then after applying my lid color, I'm going to be going with the Semi Chocolate Sweet palette. Again, I'm going to be going in with Mousse, which is just a darker color of milk chocolate with this M433 brush. It's kind of like a 217. So I'm just going to go in and darken it in the crease, like the outer V area. And then now I'm going to be taking my M431 pencil brush and I'm going to be going in with Nougat, and I'm going to be applying that to my lower lash line. Just like halfway, not all the way. And then I'm going to apply Salted Caramel using the same brush and over that. And that's basically what I do to my eyes, and then I'm going to go back in with my MAC 252 brush, wherever that is. And I'm going to be taking coconut cream one more time and just highlight and further blend anything out. Just applied my lashes, and I'm using the House of Lashes Iconics. If you have a Cocoa Lashes Goddess, which I know a lot of people do use and have, you can use those as well. I have those as well, and I just interchanged them, but these were the ones that I was using for the current moment. And then usually I would apply eyeliner on my waterline, which would be the NYX, like the medium skin tone colored eyeliner, but recently I've been liking to apply the ColourPop Gel Cream Eyeliner in Sweet Tooth in my waterline. So I'm going to just take this little eyeliner brush and apply that onto my waterline, and I just like how it looks. It's more like natural, and it goes along with my eye look. Sweet Tooth is just kind of a color like this. It's really pretty. I really like this color on my waterline. So that is the eyeliner, and then I'm going to just apply my lower lash line mascara, which I use in every single one of my videos. It is the IT Tightline Full Lash Length Black Primer. This is the waterproof version, and I just apply that on my lower lash lines. And yeah, so now let's move on to the face. I just realized that this blue background is really like making my camera like coloring go crazy, and that's why I look so orange and yellow, because I know usually with my darker purple background that never happens. So I don't think I'll ever be using this one again, so please don't mind the orangeness or the yellowness. I'm going to try to fix it so hopefully it looks, yes, yellow and orange. I did not know that this would happen, so I'm kind of upset because this is a really pretty blue color, but it's okay. So to warm my face, I'm going to be using my MAC Matte Bronzing Powder Bronzer. I hit pan on it so you can see how much I love this product. I'm going to be going in with my Sonia Kashuk like powder brush, I guess. I'm just going to be swirling it in, tap off the excess, and just kind of go in circular motions to try and warm up my face. Don't forget the hairline and the temples. This brush kind of sheds, so don't mind that. I love Sonia Kashuk brushes, but I don't know if it's just me, but they shed a lot. But they're very affordable, and they do work really well, but they just shed a lot. To be contouring, I'm going to be going in with my favorite Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. First, I'm going to be taking this color, I don't know what it's called, Lyric, which is the yellow one. I'm going to use that for brightening my under eyes, using my Sigma F35 and just tapping it in just for a brighter under eye look. And I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush, and I'm going to be taking all three of these shades to contour with. I like mixing all three of them, and it just works for me. Just like tap my brush into one, brush it out, and then begin to contour. I go down my jawline just to contour that double chin that I have, and then my neck, and then just my temples with whatever is left. And then I like to contour my nose with the middle color, which is Shadow Play. This is like the more warm brown color, so I'm going to take that with my Morphe M502. Just like take a little dab of it and start contouring my nose. Okay, so that's my contour, and now I'm going to apply blush. So the blush that I've been loving lately that I recently got is my NYX HD blush in Nude Tude, which is in this cute packaging. These are one of their newest blushes, I believe. Looks like this, just a very neutral color with a little bit of shimmer. It's like a brown with a little bit of pink, which I really like those blushes, and I'm going to mix it with my Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, so I'm going to mix those together. And I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques multitask brush. So I'm just going to dab some of this and then dab some of my Luminoso and tap it off the excess. And then my favorite part, what we're going to be doing is highlighting. So I'm going to go back with my Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in Morning Light. I'm just gonna shake it again and then just take the tip, and I'm going to take my fingers again and put it in the top of my cheekbones, and I'm just gonna take my finger and blend it out. And I do this just because at first when I did it, it got covered with obviously all the powder that I was using, and I just really like a very prominent highlight. I usually like to use my Benefit What's Up, whatever you want to call it, because that's what I had. But this is a new product and I like trying this out first. It's like my second or third time using it and I really like it, and it gives you such a pretty glow. Really just dabbing it with your fingers is a lot easier than using a brush or a beauty blender, and I apply just a little bit on the nose. Maybe some Cupid's bow. And then now I'm gonna set it with powder highlighters, and I love highlighting. I love looking glowy, luminous. I just like looking gloomy and luminous, so I usually use like multiple highlighters. That's just me, but I got this City Color Timeless Beauty like highlighter and bronzing like quad or whatever. So I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna use this yellow one right here, and I'm taking my Morphe M438 brush. And I'm just going to kind of like and then I'm going to be using my Becca Jaclyn Hill like trio. I'm going to be mixing Champagne Pop and Pearl together and do the same thing. And then for my nose highlight, I like to use something different. That might be weird for some people, but that's just me. I like to use my Mary Lou Luminizer, and I just take my ring finger and I apply it onto my nose. And that just makes my nose highlight a little more, and I'll just take whatever's left on my finger and apply it on my Cupid's bow. So that is my finished face, and then I'm going to be going with a lip color, so I'll be right back. I have to pick one. Okay, so I put my hair down and I blow dried and everything, and now it's onto the lips. I usually like to pair it with like mauve lips, but I am literally in love with mauve lips, and I have so much to choose from. I'm trying to grab them as I'm talking. But I have so much like mauve lip colors. It's unnecessary. Like I can't even hold it all. Like this is not even all of them, but these are the ones that I just was able to find and picked out. I just love mauve lips, so mauvey, like cool tone mauve lips, like just anything mauve. I feel like it looks the best on me, so I have a lot of them. So I don't know which one I want to use. I don't know which one I want to use. Okay, it's a problem. Okay, I'm gonna pick one off camera so it doesn't take 5 years for me to choose one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I decided on a lip color. So I decided I'm going to be using one of the Kylie lip kit colors. I'm going to be going with Dulce K. I got this recently when it first came out the first time, and yeah, I got it the first time she launched it, so I was able to purchase it even though it sold out super quick. So I'm going to line it with its corresponding lip liner, so Dulce K. And I actually really like the formula of these, and like the texture, it's like kind of like a moussey feeling, I feel like. But yeah, I'm gonna just line my lips with Dulce K, if I can open it. There you go. And I've worn these a couple of times already and I really like it. Okay. And I really like the little like fragrance that it has in it. Sometimes it's kind of too strong and too sweet, but once you apply it onto your lips, you can't really smell it. So going back into my Too Faced chocolate, so my sweet chocolate palette, I'm going to be taking pink sugar, and I'm just going to rub my finger into it and apply it on top of my look. Just to add some of the pink sparkles on it, because I really like that, and I've done this before, but I just totally forgot until now. And it just gives it like a little bit of pink shimmer to it. And I also wanted to add an inner corner highlight, so I'm going to go back to my Mary Lou Luminizer, and I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take this e.l.f. contour brush. I'm just going to dab it in and and it just like brightens up my inner corner. It just makes everything bright, and I don't know, it just makes me look more awake, and I just like adding that little detail to it. So yeah, that is my finished look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!